Hello people, how you guys doing? I hope you guys are good. Thanks for stopping by. Guys, in today's video I'm going to show you guys the 4 different patterns of ventilating. Okay, these patterns include the vertical, the horizontal, the diagonal, and then the in-between line. First of all, let me go ahead and show you guys the first pattern, which is the vertical method. Okay guys, this method involves you ventilating on a vertical line. As you guys know, a Swiss has 3 patterns, like it has 3 different lines. It has the vertical line, it has the horizontal line, and it has the diagonal line. If you look at a Swiss net very carefully, you notice that the lines are 3. It has diagonal, it has the horizontal, and then it has the vertical. But this first pattern is the vertical pattern of ventilation. Okay, I'm ventilating on one line, I skip one line. I ventilate on one hole, I skip one hole. I'm ventilating on a vertical line. Okay, following the vertical pattern. This is just the vertical pattern. I'm ventilating on a vertical line. I normally use this pattern for my foot lace. Sometimes I use it for my frontals too. Okay, if I'm ventilating a foot, I will use a foot lace I'm going to use for braided with, like a knotless braided wig or a boss braid, or even a canal weaving or a cornrow. I normally use this pattern of ventilation, which is this vertical pattern. This pattern with the second pattern I'm going to show you guys, which is the horizontal pattern, you can use them interchangeably. Okay, when ventilating a full lace, I normally use the 2 patterns interchangeably, like they are similar to each other, but the other, in the horizontal pattern, you just have to go horizontally. So guys, as you can see, I'm ventilating on one hole, I skip one hole, I ventilate on the next hole, then I ventilate on one line, I skip the next line, and then I ventilate on the next line. Okay, I ventilate on one hole, I skip the next hole, and ventilate on the next hole. Okay, and then I skip a line and ventilate on the next line. This pattern is a vertical pattern of ventilation, guys. You are ventilating on a straight line, on a vertical line. Okay, you are ventilating on a vertical line. This is the vertical pattern of ventilation. Like I said, I use this pattern together with the horizontal pattern when I'm ventilating my full lace, guys, and when I'm doing my frontals too sometimes. Okay, depending. Okay, so the second pattern I'm going to show you guys is the horizontal pattern. Okay, in this case, the difference between this horizontal pattern with the vertical pattern is that you go horizontally, like you ventilate on a horizontal line. Just so you can see, I ventilate on one line, I skip one line. Okay, going horizontally, I ventilate on one line, I skip one line. Like I said, a Swiss lace normally have 3 lines. 3 lines. You have the vertical line, you have the horizontal line, then it equally have the diagonal line. Okay, so I ventilate on one line, I skip one line. This is basically what I'm doing, ventilating horizontally. Okay, then I ventilate on a hole, I skip the next hole, I ventilate on the next hole. Guys, it's similar with the vertical line. Like I said, the vertical and the horizontal line can be used interchangeably, guys. It can be used interchangeably. So I normally use the 2 patterns when I'm ventilating a full lace. Okay, or when I'm making my frontals for braided wigs. Okay, so these 2 patterns can be used interchangeably. They are similar. The only difference is that instead of going instead of going the vertical way, you are going horizontally. That's just the difference between the 2. Okay, So guys, if you are finding any value from this video, why not consider subscribing? Okay, subscribe. It has a way of encouraging me to make more videos for you guys. Okay, and give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can suggest it to other people who might be looking for videos like this. Okay, thank you as you do so. So guys, simply I'm ventilating on a line, I skip one line, I ventilate on a hole, I skip a hole, and I'm ventilating horizontally, okay, similar to the vertical pattern, but this time around I'm ventilating on a horizontal line. Okay, please guys, I'm begging you, consider subscribing, okay, and turn on the notification bell so that anytime I upload new videos like this, YouTube will notify you. Okay, I make videos on ventilation, braiding of wigs, braiding of hair revamping, hair accessories, everything concerning hair. Okay, just give this video a thumbs up and then subscribe, please. So guys, the next pattern I'm going to show you guys is the diagonal pattern. Okay, this is totally different from these two because this time around I'm going to ventilate on a diagonal line. I'll be going diagonally. Okay, I ventilate on a hole, I skip the next hole, I ventilate on the next hole. Okay, when I'm done with that line, I skip a line and then ventilate on the next line, skipping just a hole and a line, and I'm ventilating diagonally. Like I said, a lace net, a Swiss lace net has 3 lines. If you look at it so carefully, okay, you need to understand this, guys. You need to understand this for you to be a pro, for you to be good at ventilating. You need to understand these 3 lines, or these 3 lines that a Swiss lace normally has. It has the vertical line, it has the horizontal line, then it has the diagonal line. So guys, for this pattern, I normally use this pattern when I'm ventilating my closures and frontals. Okay, I use this diagonal pattern together with the next pattern I'm going to show you guys, which is the in-between line. Okay, I normally use these 2 patterns, the diagonal and the in-between lines, when I'm making my closures. If you want your closure to have that natural look, especially the front part, okay, I normally use the diagonal pattern for my closures at the back. Then when I get to 7, sometimes 8, sometimes 6th line, to the wherever place I decide to stop, I use the in-between line. It has a way of giving it this natural look, guys. Okay, simply what I'm doing here is I ventilate on a line, I skip the next line, I ventilate on a hole, I skip the next hole. Okay, going diagonally. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing or understand what I'm doing. This is the diagonal part, guys. This is the diagonal pattern of ventilation. Like I said, I use this pattern when I'm making closures and frontals. Okay, so guys, this is the 3rd pattern of ventilation. Okay, this is diagonal part. You'll be ventilating on a diagonal line. You need to understand these 4 patterns. Okay, you need to understand these four patterns and how you can use them, and which one you can use for whatever you want to do. Okay, like I said, this diagonal pattern, I use it for my closure when I'm ventilating closures for my clients. Okay, I use it. Then I equally use it for my closures together with the in-between, like especially the front part. Okay, so guys, this is the third pattern of ventilation. So guys, the 4th pattern, which is the last but not the least, is the in-between lines. Guys, this pattern is so tricky. Okay, you have to pay close attention to this. This is the in-between line. Is so tricky. Okay, you have to pay close attention to this. Like you can see, I'm ventilating on a line, I skip one line. Okay, I ventilate on the next line. Guys, if you're finding any value from this video, please go ahead and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, it has a way of encouraging me to make more videos for you guys, and please give this video a thumbs up. Okay, it's equally help so that YouTube can suggest this video to other people. Okay guys, pay close attention to this pattern because it's so tricky. Okay, I'm ventilating on a line, I skip one line, I ventilate on the next line. So guys, now that I'm done, what I'm going to do now, if I'm going to go for the second line, I'm going to ventilate on the lines I left. Pay close attention guys. This time around, I'm going to ventilate on the center lines, the in-between lines, the ones I left. Okay, I don't know if you guys understand. After ventilating on a line, skip one line, then when you now come for the second line, you are going to ventilate on the ones you left, those lines you left on the first one. That's where you're going to ventilate. That's why it's called the in-between lines guys. I'm actually ventilating on the lines I left. Okay, I don't know if this explanation is well understood, but if you have any confusion or any question, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Okay, I will gladly attend to them guys. So pay closely attention to this pattern because this pattern it's kind of tricky, so you need to really understand it. After ventilating on the first line, skipping one line, okay, when I'm back to ventilate on the second line, I'm actually ventilating on the lines I left. Okay, so this time around, I'm not going to ventilate on all these lines I ventilated the second time. This time I'm going to ventilate on the ones I left, which is the first line I ventilated initially. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying guys. This time I'm going to ventilate on the ones I left, the middle lines I left, the in-between lines I left. That's what I'm going to ventilate, which is actually the first line I ventilated. Do you understand? Okay, I'm ventilating on the ones I left. This in-between lines simply means when you are done with the first line, you ventilate on a line, you skip a line, you ventilate on line, skip a line, just like that. Then when you are done with that line, you want to come and ventilate on the second line. You're not going to ventilate on the lines, the first line you ventilate. Instead, you're going to ventilate on the ones you left. Okay, just like that. Just like that, you keep on going. You leave a line, you ventilate on a line, you leave a line, you ventilate on a line. Then when you are not done with that line, you now want to come back to come and ventilate the third or the fourth line. This time around, you're going to ventilate on the lines you left. I hope you guys understand. Okay, I hope you guys really understand what I'm trying to say. So guys, as you can see, when I'm done with this line now, okay, if you look at it so closely, you see that the hair are in between each other. It's not like the vertical or the horizontal. Okay, it's in between each other, in between. That's why it's called the in between line. So this time around, I will leave the ones I ventilated and I will be ventilating on the ones I left. Just as you guys can see what I'm showing you people, I'm going to ventilate on the middle line, the ones I left. Okay, this in between line simply means ventilate on a line, leave one line, ventilate on a line, skip one line, ventilate on a line, then skip a line. When you are done, when you come back to ventilate on the second line, this time around, you're not going to ventilate on the first line you ventilated before. You're going to ventilate in between those lines you left. That's where you're going to ventilate. Then when you now come back for the third line, you're not going to ventilate on those second line you ventilated. Instead, you're ventilating on the ones you left, which is now the first initial line you started. I don't know if this explanation is well understood, but if you have any question or any confusion, okay, about any of the patterns, just feel free to drop it in the comment section. I'll try my possible best to explain so as to clear your confusion. Okay, so guys, if you look at this, the hairs are in between each other. Okay, that's why it's called the in between. Like, it's not like the vertical or horizontal or diagonal pattern. This pattern is kind of different and tricky. You have to understand it for you to actually get it right. Okay. So guys, if you know you found any value from this video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that anytime I upload videos like this, YouTube will notify you that yes, I uploaded a new video. Okay, and you subscribing has a way of kind of supporting me, giving me the courage to go ahead and make more videos for you guys. Please do so. I'm begging you, and thanks as you do so. Please give this video a thumbs up. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys understand this in between line. You leave a line, we skip a line, ventilate on a line, skip a line, ventilate on a line. Then when you are done with that line, coming to the next line, this time around, when you're ventilating on the second line, this time around, you're not actually going to ventilate on all the lines you ventilated before, just like we normally do with the vertical or the horizontal. Instead, you're going to ventilate on the lines you left, just like that. Okay, that's why it's called the in-between line. So guys, I normally use the in-between line pattern for my closures, especially the front part of my closure. If I want it to look so natural, I make use of this pattern. Thank you for watching guys, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.